What's going on, all you gamers? Here we are back with some more Outriders, and today I'm going to be going over a few things that are on my mind with the state of the game and some things I'd definitely like to see change. Not even just with the game itself, but also amongst the community, because honestly there's some things happening that are they're just not the best at the moment. So if you want to see my thoughts on Outriders, then stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back, all you gamers. As always, for all things Xbox, for all things gaming. All the latest and greatest content, hints, tips, reviews, guides, just random fun gameplay, and just all of the latest stuff coming out for Xbox. But for now, I'm here to tell you there's a few things going on in Outriders that I think is absolutely awful. I'm not going to lie, I've seen this happen with quite a few other games, and it's never good for the game in general, and it's not great for the community as a whole. Now, honestly, for myself, I think the team behind this game, People Can Fly, are actually trying to do a good job. They have made an abundance of boo-boos, I want to say, where they've upset the community. They have taken way too long to do a lot of fixes, and a lot of times when they update, they kind of break the game again. No point in sugarcoating it. They've definitely made a few errors, but in general you can see they are trying to fix the game and they're trying to make it better as a whole. Now, I really hope this game continues. I hope it gets some DLC further down the line, some better endgame, some more content, and just in general they progress the actual franchise. I would love to see an Outriders 2 in the future, because this game has so much going for it. At the moment, we've pretty much all smashed the game to pieces and there's not that much left. I'm not going to lie, the endgame to this game isn't the biggest. But there's some things going on in the community, some people definitely taking advantage of things and other people, and I just want to talk about that for a moment. Now, for me, I was looking for a few things. I was trying to test a build out and trying to test a co-op build. I usually solo everything with my pyro, but I thought I'd try something a little bit different for this week's build. Unfortunately, when I was looking through the posts, I was noticing a trend. There's some absolutely terrible ones at the moment, and it goes back to the days of Diablo 3 and the liking of that, when people were trying to make money off of the game itself. But there's people selling modded runs. As you can see with this one, basically it's saying that they have a modded skill tree of 80 skill points, they're pretty much never going to die, they're going to mod the lobby, and they're going to make it so that you and everyone around you who joins is going to be getting 20 or 25 legendaries, or however many they want. I'm guessing whatever they've put the actual kind of trainer up to make sure that it drops as much as possible. If you're lucky, you're going to get something really nice. But people are making other gamers pay for the privilege to play modded lobbies. That to me is a big no-no. Honestly, it's going to completely detract from the fun of the game. I do understand that there is definitely still a kind of annoyance factor when you can't get what you want to drop. I myself have still not got the lava light helmet. I have checked my runs out and this is how many I've done. So yeah, if anyone is to be frustrated, it's me. Trust me, I am in the same boat as a lot of people and I just want that to drop. But making people pay money to do runs because you've got more gear, because you've hacked a game, is just a big no-no. It's absolutely terrible. It's going to ruin the game as a whole. As you saw when Diablo 3 first came out, when it had the auction house, things went, they went bottoms up very fast. Basically everyone was just grinding for that loot, they were selling it on. The game was not in a good state. They actually had to take away the auction house because there was a lot of people that made a lot of money from it. You would even get companies completely grinding for that gear and selling it online to other people. I know there's a lot of things out there. There's obviously runs for big games like Destiny 2 where they make players pay money to kind of get run through trials and things such as that, or some of the big endgame activities. Honestly, if you feel yourself getting to that level when you want to be paying for having to be run around and got the gear and such as that, I would honestly say put the game down, give it a little break and come back to it when you're feeling more up for it, or just when they fix the game or it's in a better state to what you want to play. Because paying for something like this is not good for yourself and definitely not good for the game in general. It will kill a game off faster than anything else, because even if it was brand new and this happened, after a little while you've got nothing to do. You'll have everything, you're going to be bored anyway. Now, I knew about this for quite some time, but I hadn't realised just how bad it had actually got. The only reason I really found that, all I wanted to do was to test out a new build I was going to run and run through with someone who had really nice damage. I joined a random team. Cross-platform was enabled, and when I joined they weren't moving around, so for myself I waited a few minutes and was expecting just to return to lobby because I thought they probably weren't playing. Instead they sent me this. Now, don't get me wrong, I know things like this happen a lot in certain types of games, but honestly there's no PvP in this, there's no real reason. If this is the way the game is heading, honestly there needs to be some changes, there really does. Now obviously it must mainly be through PC and such as that, which is obviously a lot easier to actually mod, get trainers for, and to do things such as this. But the unfortunate case is at the moment that if you turn off crossplay, you can barely get a game, you honestly can't. So you kind of have to enable crossplay and then run the risk of joining people that are just hacking the game and just making it so that it's not really enjoyable. I don't know how much fun you can actually have as a player who's unmodded, playing with players that are modded and can destroy the whole map before you can even get there. Honestly, I hope People Can Fly look into this type of matter, because it's absolutely kind of running rampant at the moment. I've seen posts on their actual official Twitter page actually showing 99999 on all of the damage ratios and saying, thanks, I still don't have my watermark, where is my watermark? This to me is absolutely crazy. What is going on with gaming when this is a thing that you feel like you've got to do, and when you feel like you can openly post it? Honestly, for myself, if I ever got to this level of just really being frustrated with a game this much and not enjoying it, I think just putting it down. Play a different game, come back to it later if you feel like it, or don't come back to it at all. I honestly hope they do fix this eventually, or go back to what they originally said and anyone who is cheating does get that watermark. Because honestly, I've seen a lot of people that made builds, made guides and such, and they had almost everything on day 2 or 3 of the game, whereas I'm still gearing up, after how many runs you saw on there. Like I said, just my 2 cents today. I know this game can be frustrating, I know there's an urge to do that, and if you're on PC or if you know how to do this, obviously you can take advantage of it. For me though, I honestly think just stop playing the game. If you don't enjoy the game as it's intended to be played, it's probably best just to put it down and find a game that you enjoy playing. As always guys and girls, that's just my thoughts for today. If you've got a difference of opinion on this matter, I would love to hear from you. Chuck it in the comments. But for me, if you're jumping in with people that have a completely crazy unfair advantage, even if they're not charging you for the privilege of being run through, you're not going to hit anything. They're going to destroy everything before you get there. They're going to be much more powerful than you. They're going to be so much stronger than you through no fault of your own that you probably are not going to have a good time and not enjoy playing with random teams. So for me, as always guys and girls, this is just my 2 cents like I said. As always, take care. I'll see you on the next day.